Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Ade and this is the Pink Practitioner. This is a space for women who are looking to not just survive in every area of their lives, but to actually thrive in every area of their lives. It's for women who are looking to break the stereotypes and to also change the statistics. Today we're going to talk about being successfully single. I have 8 tips for you that I'm going to share with you today. The first step is to embrace ourselves, to have a positive self-image, realize that we were all created in our own uniqueness, and to embrace that, including all of our flaws. Second step is every relationship that we have in our lives should be a complement to our lives, including romantic or even platonic relationships. They should add to our own, as we should already be whole, and then those relationships should just be an addition to who we already are. The third step is to realize that even though you're single, it doesn't mean that you are alone. It is so important to surround yourself with positive people who are actually going to add to your life, who are going to be assets to your life. Surround yourself full of positivity and people that are actually inspirational to you. The fourth step is to realize that from your very first breath to your very last breath, you're going to spend the majority of your time with yourself and by yourself. So that lets me know that we might as well then just get really used to it and actually make the most of it and become the healthiest versions of who we are outside of anybody else that we are joined to. The fifth step is realizing that we tend to try to find ourselves in others, and it's so important that we find ourselves within ourselves and become whole people outside of anybody else. We find that that is the reason why a lot of relationships do not work, or they tend to fall apart, because you find one person trying to find their own identity inside of somebody else, and it is just very clear that that is an unattainable goal. Number 6 is to make yourself a priority and fall in love with yourself. I'm not talking about in a self-centered kind of way, but what we just find is that you only love people to the extent that you love and accept yourself. It makes me think about the foundation of a house, and I wrote down the description that I found online. It says the foundation is the lowest bearing part of your home. The foundation bears the weight of the entire house, transferring the force through to the ground beneath. They are dug into the earth for added stability. I look at ourselves as the added stability to all of the relationships that we have in our lives. And if that foundation is not right, if it's not correct, then we can just only expect to have very dysfunctional relationships and or very toxic relationships. Number 7 is to take charge of your life. Take charge of your emotions, your actions, your thoughts, your behaviors, your attitudes. I highly encourage everybody to be kind, to be genuinely kind to everybody that you encounter, and so that when you lay your head down in your bed every night, you can actually sleep well, knowing that you did the best that you could on that day. And you know what, the truth of the matter is, we're all gonna mess up from time to time, but we cannot beat ourselves up for that. We have to look at it this way, reflect on it, and then just realize that we get the next day to address it, or we get the next day to have a redo. Number 8 is one of my favorite Bible passages. It is Matthew 6:33. But seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all those things will be added unto you. This is my Christian folks and those that believe in a higher power. I strongly believe in a higher power, and I believe that it's what really set me free and really transformed my life. once I had that in order, where God was in the right place, I just found that things started to fall in place for me. And I just wouldn't be who I am today and where I am today without having things in the order where they belong in my life. So, if you've been wondering and if you've been frustrated about being how to be successfully single, I hope that one or more of these points have been helpful to you. And I just want you to stay encouraged and not be discouraged by life. Life can get a little challenging from time to time. I just want you to keep your head up and just believe that a better day is going to come tomorrow. So if you'd like to hear more of this kind of videos, I want to encourage you to go ahead and subscribe. And until next time, I want to say peace and love.